Hi, and welcome to The World from Washington, a weekly focus on international affairs. This week we're looking at Kosovo, its declaration of independence, and its consequences for the rest of the world. Kosovo declared independence on the 17th of February, and it was a hugely controversial event. Why? Because it was supported by major powers such as the US, Britain, France, and Germany, and yet many regarded it as an illegal act. And I'm not just talking about Russia and Serbia. Spain and Cyprus, two traditional allies, are refusing to recognize the independence of Kosovo. The problem with legality goes back to 1974, when President Tito of what was then Yugoslavia decided to grant Kosovo widespread autonomy. They had their own schools, their own police, their own parliament, and a vote in the federal presidency. But he didn't go as far as to grant them the status of a full republic, such as Slovenia, Croatia, or Bosnia. Because the republics had the right of secession, they could leave the Federation of Yugoslavia at any time. Kosovo, as an autonomous province, didn't, and it was regarded as an integral part of the Republic of Serbia. In 1990, as Yugoslavia was breaking apart, President Slobodan Milosevic of the Serbs decided to reassert his authority over Kosovo and remove their autonomous status. In response, the Kosovars held a referendum on independence, and 80% of those who voted in favor. Back then, the world didn't listen, and so Kosovo embarked on a campaign of non-violent resistance. They didn't cooperate with the police, they had boycotts, and so on. By 1996, many Kosovars were getting tired of the progress that this was giving them, and so the KLA was formed, the Kosovo Liberation Army. As you can see from these pictures, the KLA are exactly the type of organization that some people regard as freedom fighters, and some people regard as terrorists. The Western powers convened the Rambouillet Peace Conference in 1999, but they made the terms of the treaty that they offered so unpalatable to the Serbs that they were bound to reject them so that we could bomb them. Why did we do this? Well, we were pretty pissed off with Serbia after what they did in Bosnia in 1995, particularly with this massacre at Srebrenica where 5,000 men and boys were killed. So on the 24th of March 1999, the NATO alliance began airstrikes on Serbia, and after 80 days, Serbia capitulated and allowed NATO troops into Kosovo, where they remain today. So here's the problem. Kosovo is now a country when it had no right to exist under federal Yugoslav law, and was created as a de facto state with an illegal Western intervention. But what were we going to do? The Serb campaign against Kosovo resulted in 10,000 being killed, 20,000 women being raped, and 1 million people, that's half of the population of the country, fleeing their homes. After that, the Kosovar Albanians, who make up 90% of the country, were never going to accept living within the borders of Serbia again. And no one has yet come up with a solution that pleases both the Serbs and the Albanians. But even so, the declaration of independence by Kosovo, its support from the West, and its success scares the hell out of a lot of people. Because there are many places in the world with ethnic minorities that would like to become independent. Just to name a few, there's the Basque region of Spain, the Kurds in Turkey, South Ossetia and Abkhazia in Georgia, and Taiwan in China. The US and its allies have tried to reassure these countries by saying that Kosovo sets no precedent and is a special case. But do you think the separatist leaders of the world, like these guys, think that Kosovo sets no precedent? In Spain, the Basque regional government spokeswoman has called Kosovo an example of how to solve problems. I wonder what on earth she means by that. In Romania, Bela Marco, the head of the Hungarian minority, and a former deputy prime minister, said in a statement that can only be described as scary, "The independence of Kosovo is a precedent that all EU countries with an ethnic minority should pursue." So what happens next? Is Kosovo really a special case, or is it more of a Pandora's box, as Russia has claimed? I think it's more of a special case. In the end, we have to recognize that the only reason why Kosovo's independence succeeded is because it was supported by major world powers who had troops on the ground. These powers won't be recognizing any more independence movements in the near future, or invading northern Spain. So I think independence for a lot of these places is firmly off the table. But the real problems could come in Georgia. South Ossetia and Abkhazia, two breakaway regions of Georgia, are strongly pro-Russian, border Russia, and have Russian peacekeepers on the ground. South Ossetia just yesterday called on the world to recognize its independence, citing the Kosovo precedent. All eyes are now on Russia and what it will do next, and it's anyone's guess. Russia has recently been stepping back from statements it made, saying it wouldn't recognize the independence of these two regions. But on the other hand, it has problems of its own in Chechnya and Dagestan, and wouldn't want to inflame these by recognizing the independence of South Ossetia and Abkhazia. Furthermore, it would look pretty hypocritical of them to recognize these two regions after it made such a fuss about Kosovo. This has been The World from Washington. I look forward to seeing you next time.